The head of Israel's army says Gaza will never look the same as it vows to crush and destroy Hamas. So that is video showing the moment an Israeli missile hit Gaza City. Israel says the siege will not end until Hamas releases hostages taken during an attack on multiple Israeli cities Saturday that left more than 1,300 people dead. In response, Israel's military is laying siege to Gaza, dropping 6,000 bombs in 6 days. The death toll in Gaza now reportedly stands at more than 1,500 people, including 500 children and at least 270 women. There are reports Egypt has rejected calls to set up a safe corridor for refugees to flee Gaza. Some of those stuck in Gaza and under relentless fire have ties to Canada. Shaymaa Ziara is a Canadian resident with family there, and she joins me now. Shaymaa, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Your mother is here with you in Canada right now, but the rest of your family remains in Gaza. Do you know how they are? What can you tell us about their condition?
Yeah, I mean, the past few days have been absolutely horrific for my family back home, for us here, of course, for my friends and loved ones in Gaza. It has been extremely difficult, extremely devastated. We're constantly trying to get in touch with my family back home and just praying at every call and every message that we don't hear bad news. It's been incredibly tough for them the past few days. It has been nonstop Israeli bombing everywhere in the Gaza Strip. No one is safe, and there's nowhere safe to go to. Major residential buildings have been bombed, families fully killed and eradicated, full families, children. As you said, there's over 500 children now killed. Everyone is just devastated. The city does not look the same anymore. I mean, I see the pictures and I see complete neighborhoods that are fully razed to the ground by the Israeli army, and I don't even recognize the places that I grew up in because it's just all a pile of rubble at this point. And my brother also works in the Shifa hospital. He's a doctor there, and he can't even speak to the traumatizing scenes that he's seeing on a daily basis at the Shifa hospital of civilians, Palestinians, children that are being killed and massacred on a daily basis.
Your brother works in the hospital. That is one of the areas under tremendous strain as people seek refuge in hospitals. Fuel and electricity shortages may be completely gone by now in most cases. A lack of food, a lack of water. Your family members, where are they in terms of being able to meet the basic essentials they need to stay alive on a daily basis?
They're trying as much as possible to conserve whatever water and food they have. There is no alternative resource once those run out because everything has been shut off. The Israeli defense minister mentioned a few days ago that they are cutting off electricity, water, medication, and fuel from the Gaza Strip, which means that people will have to do with whatever they have available to them. And once that runs out, we don't know what they will do. This is a genocide that is being committed by the Israeli army as we speak. We're all watching. We're in contact with our family and we're checking on them all the time. But then what happens when we lose contact? I mean, my brother with his wife, it's very difficult to get in touch with them because the area where they live, the internet connection is really bad because the Israeli army has actually targeted central communications in Gaza that provides phone connections and Wi-Fi to the houses. So I don't know how, if these connections completely fail, how we're gonna be in touch with them, how we're gonna know they're okay. If they run out of water and food, I don't know what to do next. There is no safety for Gazans. There's no place to take refuge. It's just you're stuck there, and if you're alive right now, it's based on absolute luck.
It sounds, and I'm not trying to be grim, but I mean, you're aware of the reality as much as anybody. It sounds like there's no way out, right? Israel has barricaded the pathways into that country and Egypt. To this point, there are reports are not going to let a humanitarian corridor open up into there. So what hope do you have that your family can get out of Gaza and find somewhere safe?
There is, as you said, there is no way out at the moment. I mean, there's only 2 points of entry and exit to Gaza. One of them is controlled by the Israeli army and the other one by the Egyptian government. In the quote unquote normal times where there isn't an increase in the Israeli aggression on Gaza, Palestinians still do not have much freedom of movement. And these entries are usually either completely closed or extremely restrictive on who can enter and exit, because Gaza has been under Israeli siege since 2007. So normal circumstances do not even allow for much freedom of movement, let alone now when Israel has bombed the only crossing that would have allowed for any humanitarian aid or for people to enter or exit. They bombed Rafah crossing that is controlled by the Egyptian government, while people were there with their suitcases trying to leave. And most of the Palestinian Gazans that are most of the time able to leave, they're probably dual citizens. So
Right.
they have somewhere that they can go to, theoretically, not really in reality now. But the rest of the Gazans, there are 2 million people that would not be able to leave.
Your mother is here with you. She's in Canada with you. Ironically, supposed to fly back to Gaza tomorrow. She's here on a visa and can't stay permanently. And when that expires, she has to go home, right? I mean, how are you dealing with that?
Yeah, so my mom was able to come because I had a baby boy 4 months, 5 months ago, and she came to Canada to help me take care of him, help me and my husband take care of him. And coincidentally, her flight back home was tomorrow, actually. My family misses her a lot, and she misses my family and our friends and relatives a lot. She was scheduled to fly back tomorrow, but with everything that is happening, we went ahead yesterday and canceled her flight because it doesn't seem like there is any end in sight to this, and there's no way in and out or out anyway. We don't know what will happen in the future. We don't know what the Gaza Strip will look like after this Israeli aggression. We don't know if our loved ones are going to be still safe and okay by the end of this. So we don't really know what will happen next. Thankfully, her visa still allows her to stay for months more. So I'm really glad she's here with me and she's not back home. But we still have loved ones back home and family back home, and we don't have any clarity on what their future is or what my mom would be able to do and whether she'll be able to go back there soon.
Shaymaa Ziara, I can't imagine how difficult this is for you, but thank you so much for joining us today to speak with us. Thank you.
Thank you.